Yeah.
Alright, Eric, and anybody else who wants to know. The first thing I did with this was I poked holes all along the skin. I don't care where you poke your pork shoulder. You know, just make sure you get some deep incisions inside of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you just have to have a bunch of like ingredients and get ready to like season it up. Like for starters, don't focus over here. For starters, right? I'm just gonna go a little crazy with some adobo. Guys, if you don't know what the hell it is, it's pretty easy. You know, Goya makes it. I don't use a lot of it. Just don't be scared of it. Boom, adobo. See that? Don't video clip me, man. I got you, right? Just focus on the meat. I just don't want to touch everything. Alright, salt. Don't be scared of it. This stuff isn't sticking, it's falling off. So guess what you gotta do? You gotta use some oil, corn oil, any kind of oil, it don't matter. But once you get the oil on your hands, rub it into the pork, because this is what a lot of people forget to do, and then they wonder why their pork didn't come out as flavorful as they had it in some restaurants. Because what happens is the oil, because of the coldness of the meat, it kind of congeals and it gets sticky, making it easier for the ingredients to stay stuck to it. So I'm gonna give it a generous lathering of oil, you know, so that my seasonings stay to it. I could feel the grittiness of the adobo all over the pork shoulder. Now, with one clean hand, I'm gonna give it a generous rubbing of sea salt. Whatever salt you like, that's cool. But really, in reality, if you're worried about high sodium or like, I don't know, cholesterol, if you're really worried about that, you don't have to. Because what a lot of people don't know about pork is that once this thing cooks slow for 8 hours, it actually sweats out all of the salt. And actually at the end, when I leave these, I'll leave these right side up. I mean, I'm just flipping them to season them. When you cook them always with the skin up. You're gonna cook them 5 hours covered and 3 hours uncovered with the skin up. And that skin, after those 3 hours uncovered, is gonna be so crispy, you'll be like, damn, I remember that from the restaurant I went to and ate. So boom, I think that's enough salt. It might seem like I went crazy, yeah, but I really didn't. A little bit of cumin, not too much of this stuff. This is, a lot of people really just use this for like, a lot more people down south use this in their pulled pork recipes. This is like one of those little hidden secrets. If you smell it, this is what they use to make barbecue sauce and shit with. This is like a special little ingredient, cumin powder. So we use sea salt, cumin powder, and adobo. Now, because I tried it and I liked it, this is up to you. Yo, some lemon pepper. This stuff is amazing. Look at how beautiful it makes the meat look. And not only that, but seriously, that lemony flavor comes through the pork, and it's just like, it takes away any doubt of how delicious this is gonna be. Look at already what it's doing to the meat and how beautiful it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, right, I got enough of that lemon pepper, and I love lemon pepper. I'm not even gonna use cracked pepper. I'll use a little bit of garlic and pepper seasoning, but not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these seasonings have a lot of salt in them, so there's no reason to go crazy. Here's a little garlic powder. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't need a lot of that because I'm gonna rub it down with minced garlic. Here's a little bit of celery salt, just to give it a little bit of, you know, zing. Some garlic powder. Don't be afraid of that. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Onion powder, I mean. You know what I'm saying? You can't chop up onions and put them in here. You could, they'll end up caramelized. So we'll hit it with a little bit of that. We'll hit it with a little bit of onion salt. It doesn't matter. Salt is actually the pork's best friend. A lot of people in, you know, Ireland and Greenland and all of that stuff, Scotland, they cure their meats with salt. Salt sweats out of whatever you're cooking. Now, this is probably like everybody's favorite part, the minced garlic. I don't want to really get that jar all jacked up, so don't be scared of your garlic. Get your garlic out, man. Then when I'm done putting enough of this on it, I'm gonna go 2 hands. with this. But first I gotta get the sazon out, because that gives the pork a little bit of that color, you know? Because, you know, us Latino people, you know, we like our pork almost like we like our women, you know, with a little bit of color. You know what I'm saying? So, hold up a second. Let me wash my hands so I can, jump into this next phase. Ready? Boom. Just hit a little bit of, you know, on one, because I'm going to massage that all over. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get all these little minced garlic. I'm going to stuff it into all those knife wounds that I did around the pork. Alright? So now I'm going to take a little bit more oil. Don't be scared of the oil, man. Don't be scared of that. Just like don't be scared of the salt. Alright? Here we go. And once you get massaging that skin, you give it a real like massage like a person, so that the garlic gets in those little wounds, all up in the knife wounds, all up in those cuts that you made. It's getting all that goodness in there. You know what I'm saying? And you could already see that this pork went from being that nice pink color, and it's got that little orange tinge to it. All that is, you know, and I want to say this like saffron and achote. You know, I'm speaking like a real white boy right now so that you guys can understand how to do it, but don't get it twisted. My mother and father are both Puerto Rican to the bone, right from the island. You know, so this just goes to show that you could be born here and make this shit just as good as any one of your local restaurants. So boom, I massaged the living shit out of it. Alright? See all this stuff, all the droppings that fell off of it? You can scoop that up, slather it back on there. Either way, these bitches are going into the pan. Mad easy. This shit shouldn't be like rocket science. See all this stuff on the pan? Don't be scared of it. Grab that, slather that up there, because it may come off, right? So now, right, you think I'm done? I'm not. This was the part that I was telling everybody about before we end the video. Salt your freaking skin so that it gets crispy, and leave it there overnight covered with aluminum foil. Let this, if you're making your pork, whenever you're gonna make this recipe, do not, I repeat, do not try to make this, season it, and then make it right after you seasoned it. It's gonna be tough and you're gonna embarrass yourself. She's done, put her in the fridge. Tomorrow morning, anytime after 8 hours of this fucker being in this pan is a good time to throw it in the oven. If you try to like speed marinate it, it ain't happening. Unless you're in a contest and you're using injectors and all kinds of stuff. But if you want it to be banging, yo, 5 hours covered, 3 hours uncovered, just like you see at 275 degrees. When you uncover it, pump it up to 350 degrees, and that's how you make the banging pork, Pernil pork shoulder, alright? You hit stop on that.